Welcome back, guys, to another another podcast, not video, another podcast. You guys enjoyed the last one. I appreciate it. And this time we got a more up to date podcast. It's the first podcast that
Yeah.
we're actually on, on a time that's sensitive and stuff like that because we're talking about episode 1 and 2, our reactions, our thoughts about the Bad Batch episode 1 and 2 for the first season. Oh my god, it was so good. We're so excited. We've been waiting for so long for it. Kane, how excited for you for Bad Batch? Ooh.
Ooh, all right. Well, first off, episode one being an hour and like 10 minutes. Oh, when I saw that, when I first started the episode and I saw that, I damn near came my pants right there. I was so happy. At first, I thought I was like just seeing things, and I was like, no, it's actually like an hour and 10 plus minutes long. And then after there, it was just still uphill after that. Like I guess we'll just jump right into it. So, so what? One of the like in the very beginning, it started like 5 minutes before Order 66.
No, we should go even before that, which was the most emotional scene in the whole thing, which was the Clone Wars title sequence popped up and it
Yes.
burned away to the Bad Batch. And I said, "Oh, this is gonna be," because my initial reaction when I saw the hour, I was like, "Yo, there's no way this is an hour." And then it started with Clone Wars, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then it burned away, and I said, "Ooh,
Yes,
ooh."
that was really nice. I love that because essentially this is season 8 of
Yeah,
the Clone Wars from the perspective of the Bad Batch. Like we're no longer in the perspective of Anakin. It's the Bad Batch now, but it's just a continuation of the Clone Wars. It picks up before where the Clone Wars even left off. It but yeah, I did love that though, that transition, that burning of the Clone Wars and turning into the Bad Batch. That was really nice. But but yeah, like just jumping right into it, like first off, the you got a Jedi that by the way, spoiler alert, like major spoiler alerts. We're gonna be talking about everything that happened, right? I don't so yeah. Anyways, so the very beginning, um, you see that okay, Order 66 hasn't happened yet. So like, because I was trying to figure out like kind of where we were exactly timeline wise, like how soon after, because I thought it was going to take place after the end of season 8 or season 7 of the Clone Wars. But then you jump in, it's like, oh shit, okay, so that's not where we're at because you're following a Jedi and a Padawan. I forgot the Jedi and Padawan's name. Um, but they're pinned down. They need backup, and the young Padawan comes running up to its Jedi master and is like, "Well, the backup's coming." And the clone troopers, the general's asking like, "How much?" And he says, "Oh, we got five." Like five what? Five people. And they're just like, what the fuck are we gonna do with that? And then the Bad Batch come out and just absolutely fucking obliterate this small army of droids, which was awesome to see right out the gate. And then of course we see Order 66 happen. Right there, you see the clone troopers turn on the Jedi Master. You see the Padawan running up to save his master, and she's telling him to just go, run for your life, hide. And of course, she gets shot down. And then, Hunter from the Bad Batch trying to talk to him, trying to convince him to go with them, and then Crosshair, which we can talk about Crosshair a little bit later, being a dick. But I love, dude, the opening. I loved how episode 1 just started off like boom, like just gets you into it. What do you think about the beginning?
I for me, if you remember in season 7, the first Bad Batch episode, or
Yep.
with Anakin and all of them, it started the same way. like, well, we got these five guys, what can they do? And they used the same technique with the boulder, and they came down shooting behind the boulder and stuff like
Oh yeah,
that.
that's right.
And that was a major, I think, scene. It was like, yo, these five dudes are gods. It's like, this is the baddest motherfuckers out there. And I think I find it funny that season that, or
I
Bad
know.
Batch, uh, it starts off the same way, but it's kind of the impact is kind of diminished because of Order 66 happens right after
Right
that.
after, yeah.
So it's kind of like, even though the Bad Batch are these dope ass five dudes, these five dope ass dudes, Order 66 still overwhelms their whole aura.
Everything. Yeah.
It just changes. You just felt the momentum shift completely, because it was like, there's the Bad Batch. Here we are. Here's these five guys doing their thing, and then all of a sudden you hear freaking Palpatine talk about
Oh, Palpatine.
Order 66, and you're just like,
What? What?
I find it weird. I find it kind of. I didn't even think about how the Bad Batch should respond to it, since they're five you know messed up clones in generally. So I find it interesting that Crosshairs is the one who felt the impact of Order
Yeah.
66.
And at
So
first, I was just thinking like, hey, maybe this is just Crosshair's personality, just being like if it's an order, like I want to get the job done type of thing. Like people tell me to do things because they know I'm going to get it done type of like aura, vibe. I get shit done. But as it kept progressing through the video, through the episode, I'm like, damn, like he just won't fucking drop it.
yeah,
Like,
he's really about this,
yeah,
right?
I was like, damn, he is really about murdering little kids. I was like, damn.
This is some Anakin Skywalker type shit, right? What's going on?
It's like, god damn. And then about halfway through the episode, I was beginning to think like the thought did come across like maybe it is his inhibitor chip, but then I kind of dismissed it though because I was like, well, none of the other ones like I figured they would all be like the same, but I mean it's definitely it makes sense that one of them could and the rest could not because they are that they're essentially messed up clones with certain abilities enhanced beyond clones. So when you're messing with genetics like that in an experimental way, because they were like an experimental batch of clones, they like those were some of the like first clones that they had ever done that on. So it makes sense that it wasn't an exact science yet with them. So one of them could have their inhibitor chip a little different than the rest.
And the most, I think, when they finally revealed that Crosshairs and inhibitor shit was going off, it was the reason why he was so aggressive and angry the whole episode. Was I think the scene that put light on it was right before he got taken by the Empire. Our newest character, Omega, which I have
Yup.
so many thoughts.
Yes. Well, yeah, we'll get to Omega.
And that scene where they're locked up in the jail, and he's
I know
all
what you're
pissed
talking
off
about.
at he's all pissed off at Hunter, and he sits down, and Mega just comes up to him. He's like, I know you don't mean this. I know you know you're not in control right now. And just the look on his face. First of all, shout out to the animation, bro. The
Oh
animation
yeah,
is
I love
unbelievable.
it. I
You watch season one of Clone Wars compared to
yeah.
compared to this,
Yep.
it is ridiculous. So those the emotion on his face when Omega says, I know you're not in control right now. You could tell, it's not his fault. It's just
Yeah, and he was hella
the
confused
fortunate one.
when she said that to him. He was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Like, get out of my fucking face, you stupid kid." He was like confused, like angrily confused about it. Um, God, yeah, Omega. But let's talk about some of the other stuff before we get into Omega, because I feel like that's 100% the main thing. That's
Yeah.
going on. Um, I did have one. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. The thing that kind of tipped it to me that I was like when I really was like, oh, it's got to be the inhibitor ship was after Hunter called off the um murder of the innocent refugees that they were sent that they were sent to destroy. And Hunter was like, no, like that's it. We're not fucking doing it. And they walked away. And then Crosshair said, good soldiers follow orders. Like he
Yeah.
said it in like this like kind of menacing tone. And I was like, ah shit. Like that's what it's the fucking inhibitor chip. Oh no. When he said it in such a dark way, like good soldiers follow orders.
And
Like
just a note, our females never watch Clone Wars or haven't gotten to a certain point of
yeah,
Clone Wars.
Holly's I think she's like 5 seasons in. She's watched a good amount of it.
So she probably knows about that quote. I know my female sure doesn't, but for context, when you hear a clone say good soldiers follow orders," is usually hinting to something very bad.
Yeah.
Every time they said it in the series, you just knew, like, ooh,
Something
ooh,
something's not right.
that is not okay to say. So when he said that in Bad Batch, boy, that was
Yeah, that was like the flag that the red flag that went up for me, and I was like, oh, it's got to be the inhibitor chip. It's done. It's over. It's over for Crosshair.
I think the coolest thing about the series, but especially about episode 1, is how fast the Empire just came. Like boom, that's
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like they had no grace period of the war's over, we did it or anything. It was boom, the Empire is here.
Yep.
You Empire is here, bro.
Yep. They
No,
instantly went to Camino. They sent Tarkin to Camino like almost fucking instantly. It was like, yeah, we're shutting down the clone program. Like we don't fucking need this shit. We ain't paying you all the fucking money that we're paying you anymore.
it was I was honestly, because we never seen it before, played out of how quickly the Empire came into power. We know we were seeing their prime, we seen their fall, we seen the little middle part in comic books and stuff like that. But we never seen it directly after Clone Wars,
Yep.
and how fast Palpatine put everything in action is just insane. The dude was just waiting for Anakin, the chosen one, to be the catalyst for it all.
Yeah. And then in episode 2, which I'm assuming is like maybe only a day or two past the first, like the beginning of the first episode, like not much time has passed by the time you get to episode 2. And when they're trying to leave that planet after they meet um, G, the clone there, they changed the currency already. You have to trade in your galactic credits for imperial credits. They had the chain codes already, like they like instantly, dude. They had all this shit locked up. It was boom. This is the empire. Like we're here. Um, so go fuck yourself.
I'm very happy. I don't know about you. For me, it was a very happy moment because every time at the end of episode 1, they said we have an old friend, and I thought it was gonna be Rex, and which I can't wait to see. But I thought it was gonna be Rex, and in episode 2, we figure out it's the renegade
I
that
thought it
Rex
was gonna
knew.
be him. I like not initially, but like after I sat on it for a couple days, yeah. And actually, I think I even saw a Star Wars theory reaction to episode 1, and he mentioned that also. Like I was like, damn, like that makes a lot of sense.
And to see the renegade trooper from, was it like season 2, season 1?
It's really early. I don't think it's quite season 1. I'd say like season 2 probably.
Yeah, and for me, that's one of the dopest episodes because it's the first time we see Rex start to get human qualities
Yeah.
in the series because he's always been that good soldier follow orders type thing. and it's the first time ever he had the human aspect come inside of him.
Yeah, he
So
began to question some of the things that he did. It was a really good episode.
yeah, so I find it funny that the first time we see the Renegade Trooper is the first time Rex learns how to be, not a clone, just be his individual self,
Yeah.
Rex. And then we see him again, and he teaches Hunter how to be a father or how to raise a kid.
Yep.
So it's just like this all guiding wisdom renegade clone.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was cool to see him again,
Yeah. I was
and
excited.
it
As
was
soon
cool.
as they landed on that planet, I was like, "Yep, that's the guy."
Yeah, as soon as they like the
I
cornfields type thing, I said, "Oh shoot!"
as soon as I saw that, I was like, confirmed. Yes, thank you so much. That, and then he even said that Rex had been there the day before.
Yeah,
So we're gonna see Rex.
yeah,
Like
we're gonna see Rex. I
we're
mean, he was in the trailer. He was in the trailer for
that's true.
the
That's
whole series,
I
so he
forgot about
was
that.
in there. Oh, boy, I can't wait to see. Oh, I can't wait to see Rex. But you know what we gotta talk about, Ken? We gotta talk about Omega. We
Okay.
got to talk about that's the beef. That is the beef and the syndrome and the baby Yoda effect that's
Oh,
going on in the Bad Batch right now.
yeah.
I mean, they said, what worked in Mandalorian? Oh, the relationship. Yeah, let's do it again. Let's just do
Let's
this.
just do it again,
let's put
except
this
in an even more mysterious way.
this mysterious baby and this call it Omega. Let's call it just Omega. There we go. Let's see. Let's try to get this focused again. All right, there you go. So, wow, Omega, a clone of jacked up clone. As we know, a jacked up clone that's a female, which is pretty wild because all the clones we ever seen have not been female.
Yeah. Jesus.
And she has a very special relationship to the cloning facility.
Yup.
A very
The
kind
head,
of
yeah, the head chameleon.
yeah,
Chameleon? Is that what it is?
yeah, sure. Like it's a very mother and daughter relationship
Yeah.
going on here, which you don't see because they don't really have that type of deep connection with their clones.
Yeah.
So to see Omega be so special to the Comenians, Camilla, whatever they are.
Kaminoans. That can't be right. I don't know how to say it.
It was kind of weird that she's like a prodigy project. And I thought, for my first thought was like, maybe this is something to do with like Palpatine's backup
Yes.
plan.
Yes. Yes. That's what I'm thinking.
But at the same time, I
She's a
don't.
girl, not Palpatine.
Yeah, she's a girl. But at the same time, I feel like Tarkin would have put special emphasis on Omega more than he did the first time he showed up. Because I feel like if Palpatine was a direct order to make this daughter clone or whatever she was, then I don't think they would have a mother and daughter relationship like that. You know what I mean? Like something feels very special about her in the cloning facility.
Yeah. My kind of theory on it is that she is one of the first versions or goats with Palpatine wanting to create force sensitive clones. That's what I think. I think she's one of the first versions of that whole project. So I think that this bitch is force sensitive. But- and and because she's the first of those, I can see how the leader of the medical facility, the cloning basically, I can see how she could maybe attach herself to that because again, she's a little girl. She's not, these other, where there's millions of these guy clones and there's this one little special girl. I could kind of see how she could maybe form like a motherly attachment to that specific clone. She's the only one of her kind. She's also the only girl. She's special in that she has fucking force abilities, possibly. Um, so that's what I think. I think that she is a force sensitive clone, the first force sensitive clone.
That'd be dope.
And
That'd be dope. Oh my god. It didn't even cross my mind.
well, the reason I thought about it was because that was kind of a big tease. Like they really teased that a lot in the second or in the last season of The Mandalorian. Like when they went to that cloning facility in The Mandalorian, and um, there was something else going on with Palpatine. There was a bunch of theories flying around with Palpatine in that last season of The Mandalorian, and when they went to that cloning facility, I don't know. Like I just feel like they're like teasing it, like they're like
Well,
leading to it.
as you know, as our great Lord and Savior Dave Filoni
Maloney.
has always said, he doesn't mention something without having a deeper meaning.
Yes.
So
So
you
that.
saying a cloning facility could be because uh damn.
Oh well, that's why. That's the reason he wanted Baby Yoda's blood to help with the.
Yeah, but at the
But
same
yeah.
time, we saw the disformed clones, and remember Mando turned around. He said, "I got a bad feeling about this place," and that was the last time we heard of it, and they blew it up.
Yep.
So doing Dave Filoni, he just doesn't put it in there just to put it in there.
That's right. That's right. So that's what I'm fucking thinking, dude. I think that she's a force sensitive clone. And I fucking pray to God she is, because that would be so fucking dope. The only reason that I question it, and maybe why it probably isn't true, is because as far as we're aware, because it is kind of documented in comic books, or at least in the actual books, like the books, that he failed, that he didn't do it, which is why all of his clones, the clones of himself, um, failed, because they he couldn't figure it out. So that's kind of why I think maybe it didn't work. But maybe she was the only one that worked. Like she was the first one, and then the M, like, because why would the Caminos share that with Palpatine, share that information with him if he's cutting them off? Like, oh, we don't want your clones anymore. Like, we're not gonna pay you anymore. Like, okay, fine, bitch. I'm keeping this fucking information for myself. Then why would I give it to you? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the Caminos, they figured the shit out, and Palpatine couldn't. That's what I think.
That's a good. Ooh. See, you onto something. You're onto something. See, that's what I like. You can. You got the deeper mind.
Thank
I didn't even think about that. Cause yeah, if you're getting shit. Oh, see. Oh my God, Kane. Because that scene where she comes up and says, the Bad Batch escaped with Omega, and the head guy was like, keep it hush hush for right now. Let's see what Palpatine does, or
you.
let's see what this new Empire does. So,
Yup.
oh my God, Kane, oh my God,
And that
I
would
don't even know why.
explain that would explain why she knows what Crosshair was thinking, what he was feeling in that when they were locked up. Like before he ended up doing what he was gonna do. Like, because the Force, you can like read people's emotions and their thoughts and shit. Like,
I don't think it was that though, because I think she knows how clones are made though,
well, yeah, that
because
too. That
in
too.
episode 2, she said, the inhibitor chips are a reason why they force us to make orders. She said that in episode 2. So
But, I mean, she did say that, but I still feel like just knowing how the clones are made, because she was the last of the Bad Batch to be made. Like she wasn't around when the rest of them were made. So I feel like she, just because she knows how the clones are made doesn't mean that she would know what was affecting, like why was Crosshair acting weirdly when the rest of them were. Like it's definitely, I mean, it would definitely help figure it out, but I just don't know if she would have that kind of insight without having some type of mind reading capabilities, or at least being able to sense people's like vibes and emotions a little bit better than normal. I don't
Yeah,
know.
'cause who knows how much she actually knows about the inhibitor chip.
That too.
What the purpose of it was.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like that's why she was able to be like, "Yo, I know what you're about to do," but but and I don't blame you for it because she that I feel like that's kind of like what she was saying. I know what you're about to do, and I don't blame you for it. Like it's not your fault, but please don't fucking do it. Like please try to fight the inhibitor chip. Was basically like what I feel like she was saying. You know,
Damn. See, I had like two thoughts about Omega, and I don't even know if it compares now because
no,
it's
you
just
still let you guys still gotta say it. Come on.
so I think the only one that I actually latched onto from episode one because I just watched episode two recently, so
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about the kind of shot it out the door. But the one that's still sticking with me, I might is I would see it's hard because I feel like the last movie really fucked it up.
Ignore it. Dave Filoni doesn't give a fuck about the last trilogy, so ignore that shit. He's making it the way he wants it to be made.
I feel like that was Palpatine's DNA cloned like her offspring.
Yeah.
And then eventually, by the time she grows up, would become Rey's, you know, father or mother. In this case, her mother.
Okay.
So I was thinking, yo, this could be Rey's mama watching this whole time since, Palpatine cloned himself into a son, and then the son
Yeah.
got married and then made Rey.
Yeah.
But I feel like for
That
story's sake,
that's true.
I
I can
feel
see
like,
that.
Omega is little girl Palpatine
Yeah.
who eventually escapes with the Bad Batch, finds a husband, and then
Has
goes
Ray.
with Rey.
I could totally see that. I could see Dave Filoni doing that, changing it up.
But it just makes more sense than Palpatine had a son and the son banged and there's Rey. It's just
Yeah, because like who would have
wait.
thought Palpatine?
And the son is him.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
His
son
his his son is literally just a clone of himself. And then he had Ray, which I guess makes Palpatine Ray's dad.
it's just
if you think about it, like Palpatine is technically Ray's dad.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's somehow worse than grandfather.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially the see, god, that whole last movie made no sense. Anyways,
Let's not get into that.
yeah, that's not getting into that. It's a PTSD adventure I don't want to go on.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Good thoughts. The Bad Batch. Happy thoughts.
But gotta say, you know how these stories go, Kane, and I'm still feeling it every time. I think our boy Hunter is gonna call it quits. I think his character is gonna be killed off for sure. I just every time they bring in these samurai little cub stories,
Yep.
it always ends the same way, and I don't know why. And
Yep.
because in first episode, Omega's copying every single move Hunter does. When Hunter was leaning over thinking about something, she
Yeah.
was doing the same thing. When he did the hold, she was doing the hold. She was doing everything that he did
Yep.
because she's like the big brother or fatherly figure
Yeah.
that's being played right now.
Yeah. He
The
really is a fatherly figure for her. Yeah.
yeah, the Mandalorian Grogu effect
Yes.
that's
But
going on right now.
Mando's not dead. Mando's not dead.
Man,
And
he will be.
he will be. He will be. That is true. Hunter is most likely going to die, but who knows? Maybe there's going to be multiple seasons of this show. Maybe Hunter doesn't die this season, and there's going to be
Nah,
26, no, 16. Sorry, it's either 16 or 26 episodes. It's a lot.
I don't
So
think he's gonna be. No, I don't think
yeah.
he's gonna die this season.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, but I just have that feeling that there's only one way these stories end every
Yeah.
time. And it's like every time it ends that way. Like you just look at Logan.
Oh my! Don't
Logan
talk
finds
about Logan with me. I cried watching that movie.
this this mysterious little girl that turns out to be her daughter, and then
I fucking
let it
cried.
go. Then all of a sudden you got a tree trunk through your whole abdomen, and you're just there, and the whole theater is just there, and you're just there with fucking popcorn butter on your lap, wondering why your fucking dad left you when you were 6, and then you're just there.
Dude, that Logan was like just one of the most beautiful, depressing, like just gory, beautiful movies I think I've ever watched. That
I
that movie hit me in places that I don't know if any other movie has before.
Yeah, because I don't think I watched a movie and not unclench my asshole the whole time. Because I just knew when it was the last movie of Wolverine, I was like, he's gonna die. Yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. And I spent that whole movie going, okay, when is he gonna die? Is this it? Is this it? Is this when he's gonna die?
the
And
thing
it's just
the thing that got to me was that one, he, like, as people know, like he was the reason, like he was killing himself basically, like with the adamantium that was in him. It was literally poisoning him, and he knew, he knew what the fuck was going on. He didn't say it, he didn't talk about it. Instead, he just drank himself into like the deepest hole he could. And at the same time, he, like, Charles, dude, Charles was so depressing. Like how he was giving Charles, like, had to give him the medication. The dude was having strokes and seizures, and dude, just that whole movie was just like gut wrenching to watch, and it was so beautiful. Oh my god, dude, it
it
was
was
so sad. It
it
was
was
so fucking
it was
sad.
a horror. And bro, oh my god.
And then you see that the new young, you saw basically young Hugh Jackman, when he was younger and in shape, and he was
Yeah.
having to fight himself, and it was very obvious he just was not the old Wolverine anymore.
Uh,
He
and
injected
then
himself with the serum to help him.
with the last serum, and then he just went on that rampage, and I was like, "This is it. This is the last time I'll see this." Uh,
God damn, dude.
what an
God.
unbelievable. Oh, anyways,
Yes.
the Bad Batch, the Bad Batch. I didn't know I was gonna fucking want to fucking Kurt Cobain my shit while talking about Bad Batch, but here we are.
But and another thing that I'll say at the very beginning, one, like from this, from before, I guess, like from the very start, and like before the episode came out, I didn't think, I was not expecting one of the Bad Batch to turn on them. Like I wasn't expecting something like Crosshair's inhibitor chip still being in effect, and now he's out there hunting them. That was definitely a plot twist that I was not expecting to see.
And it's because I feel like we're going to get to a point that we're going to forget about, you know, crosshairs,
And then he's
and
gonna
all of
pop
a
back
sudden
up.
someone's going to get popped.
Yeah.
Someone's going to get popped.
Yeah, dude, because dude, that scene when Tarkin came in to evaluate the clones, and he specifically picked their unit, because he thought they were just a bunch of fucked up clones, and actually realized what they were. And for I think it was either Tech or Wrecker, when Crosshair tells them to throw up their knife,
No,
and they
yeah.
throw it up, and he shoots that shit straight out of the air and into the fucking head of that droid. Oh my god. I was like, God fucking damn, that is nice. Oh, that was nice.
They're so, God, they're so nice, bro. They're just so nice. I don't know. There's nothing to describe them. Just all their action scenes, everything about them is just so nice.
And Wrecker is fucking hilarious, dude. Wrecker,
Where's the boy?
he kills me, dude. He's so funny. And then Tech, dude, Tech is like just such a like he's like on a whole nother level, like intelligence wise, and like the shit like how Tech knew about the inhibitor chips, and the rest of them when Omega brought it up, he's like inhibitor chips. I was like, what are you talking about? Like Tech, you didn't say anything about an inhibitor chip. He's like, well, I thought it was obvious. He's like, what are you fucking stupid? Like, what else? What else would it be? Like, there's
and,
been a
then,
couple
and then the
moments.
codes where he was like, "Well, I just learned about it, but yeah, I could make my own."
Yeah.
And I think they had the coolest so far, like the coolest line in the first two episodes were about the codes, and when he said, the Empire is giving them codes, and the clones tried so hard to get rid of the codes and become names,
Yeah.
and the Empire is just getting rid of names and giving people codes now. So I think
Yeah.
that was a pretty cool scene because throughout the whole Clone Wars, everybody said CT 66666,
Yeah.
and then they're like, no, that's his fives or that's his six.
Yeah.
So it's funny that we came full circle that now the biggest empire in the universe is giving out numbers and the clones are going, nah, we're
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, let's just be normal people now. And another thing with the codes and like they're called chain codes. And like literally those codes are like shackles. It's like if you turn yourself in to get one of those codes, like you're a slave to the fucking empire. Like I was like, damn, like that's
I'm
crazy.
very, I'm very. They didn't say it in the episode. I'm very curious in what the difference in currency is because you gotta
Trading
convert
your
your currency into imperial, coins. So I'm very curious of if you have 100 of these coins, how much imperial
yeah.
coins do you get? Do they give you the same worth as
Oh,
it?
there's no way. There's
There's
no
no way.
way they do. There's no way they do. They probably give you like half. They probably like cut it in half.
I wouldn't even say half.
Well, the reason I say half is because they have to give you something. Because otherwise, the entire economy just won't work if nobody has money. You know what I mean? But there's
But who
definitely.
knows? Maybe they control certain planets through that way to keep
Well,
certain.
no. Well, no. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. But overall, I mean, like just thinking about as much as I mean, I don't know a lot about economics. I took AP macro and I felt like I learned absolutely nothing. um, but
I
yeah, I
learned
mean,
Pluto wasn't a planet.
yeah,
It's a dwarf.
the dwarf planet.
It's a dwarf planet. That's why I learned in AP macro.
Take AP macro.
Shit, I don't even know what I took.
Did you have Mr. Ayers as a teacher?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, he taught AP macro. I think he taught some other classes, but I think his main class was AP macro.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I took AP macro.
Yeah. Dude, that was the dumbest, like easiest class that I ever took that I also didn't learn anything in.
Yeah,
Like,
he knew it too. That's the
oh
best
no.
part.
Yeah, you
He
could tell he
knew it.
was just hella depressed. He was
Yeah,
hella depressed on the
yeah.
inside.
Like, he just knew that he was that only class you had to take to graduate. So he was like, just fuck this. Here's the answers to everything, and just call it a day. Put
Anyways,
questions on the back of the test, and then use them. Then you pass the test. There you go.
yeah, he was an interesting teacher, uh but yeah, I mean the Bad Batch has just been so insanely well done. Is it's I can't wait. What do you think is gonna be like the main antagonist besides Crosshair? Because like I kind of agree with you. I think Crosshair is gonna like fade to the background and they're gonna want us to kind of forget about Crosshairs, and that's when he's gonna pop up again. what do you think is going to be like the attention grabbing antagonist throughout season number one? Because there isn't really one right now besides the Empire, but like what specific person? Like there's got to be like a face to the name, like a villain, like a main guy that they're running. You know what I mean?
Feel like we're gonna get, we're gonna learn more about the world of the Empire, and then Crosshair is gonna come back in the picture, and then we're gonna figure out how to get Crosshair's inhibitor chip back out, and that's when they're gonna meet Rex, and he's gonna learn about fives and stuff like that, and we're gonna get Crosshair, bring him back to the Bad Batch. But I think the main thing we will see, and I kind of want to, is the genius behind Tarkin.
Yeah,
Like, how fucked up is Tarkin?
yeah,
And I
he's
think
fucked. He's a
that's,
fucked up
yeah,
guy.
well, yeah, he's fucked
Yeah,
up, but I think that's going to be the theme of it because he's the first villain that came on the screen and put the Bad Batch in that spot of, yo, I don't fuck with this guy.
yeah,
And I think he, I don't think Tarkin's gonna be like, oh, he's the main target because you know how Tarkin ends up in the end. But I feel like he's gonna be more of a Moff Gideon type vibe throughout the whole
yeah,
season, where he might learn something about Omega. He might learn something special about that whole scenario.
yeah.
So I am curious, but I think the whole vibe and the whole danger of the season will be Tarkin. Because I feel like we don't really see much of him. We know of him, we know what he represents, but we
Yeah.
don't see, much of his character development than live action or animated. So I feel
Right.
like, most we've ever seen him was when Anakin and Ahsoka rescued him from the prison, and he was telling everybody to sacrifice all the clones because he hates clones.
Yep. He does hate clones.
And that might be the whole theme of it is, he took one of our brothers, turned him against us, and then he also hates clones.
Yes.
So maybe that will be the whole vibe of it, just kind of you know, fighting the genius of Tarkin, pretty much.
Here's a theory that I literally just thought of. So a lot there's speculation, rumors going around that we're gonna see Ahsoka at some point.
Yeah, I feel like we will. Yeah.
So if we're gonna see Ahsoka, let's think about what is Ahsoka doing right now?
You think it's gonna be uh damn, what's his name? I know where you're going.
I think that the main baddie is gonna be fucking Thrawn. I think Thrawn is gonna be the main dude, just like how he is in the Mandalorian, and Ahsoka, where they're gonna run into Ahsoka during their times battling with Thrawn.
You think he's gonna go that far back though? I mean, that's years.
I mean, that's what Ahsoka pretty much immediately started doing.
I know, but that's a lot. I mean, that's damn. I mean, because you gotta think about it, Luke is a middle-aged man when Ahsoka drops Thrawn in the series, and the clone and Order 66 just
Oh,
happened.
that's true.
So
Damn,
I think
that
it's a
would be
long
so
time.
awesome though. But yeah,
I
you're
think it's a really long time
you're right. That timeline isn't quite right.
because it's right after. So I feel like once we see Rex, we're definitely gonna see Ahsoka.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But oh, oh, hear me out, Kane. Hear
Yep,
me out.
yep. I'm listening.
Darth Maul.
That'd be badass.
We saw him on Mandalore, and then the last time we saw him was in the Han Solo movie at the end credits, where
Yeah.
he's like the crime boss and he's an old ass dude. So maybe we'll see something Darth Maul show up a little bit.
That would be bad. What was the name of that? He was the leader of the red. Is the red dragon?
I
Is
don't
that
even remember the
is that a
name.
different? Oh, Earth. Of Crimson Dawn. That's what it was. Crimson Dawn. That would be badass because let me tell you how pissed I was when I found out Solo wasn't getting a second movie. Because first off, I fucking loved Solo. I thought it
Yeah,
was
I
an
really like Solo.
amazing movie. I have no idea how that movie could have bombed in the box office. How does that movie fail in box office when the entire last trilogy like broke records in sales? Like it makes no sense. Like if you just slap Star Wars on something, it's successful. But for whatever reason, Solo was not successful. And that drives me crazy because it was so good. And I
It
was
was.
so hyped at the ending when it showed fucking Darth Maul. I was like, fuck yeah, Darth Maul is coming back. I was so excited. And then, nah, we're scrapping it. We're not doing anything. So that would be super smart, I feel like, of Dave Filoni to actually give us Darth Maul after that bullshit that happened with the Solo movies.
Yeah, so
That would be
we could
awesome.
see Darth Maul's, crime empire start to come back in fruition. Because I feel like Darth Maul's only purpose on Mandalore was so Palpatine can use him to get to Anakin. But it turns out that plan backfired. So what does Palpatine do with Darth Maul now? You know what I mean? Because there can only be one student, there can only be one teacher, and one student, and
Yeah,
that's Darth Maul. So what does Palpatine do with Darth Maul now?
no, that's true. And what was when was the last time we saw Darth Maul in Clone Wars?
He was fighting Ahsoka on Mandalore, and remember they're in the cruise ship, and Order 66 happened, and Ahsoka let go Darth Maul,
That's
and
right.
he escaped on his ship while the other ship crashed
Okay.
and killed most of the clones.
Okay, so that was as far as the timeline in the Bad Batch. That was the last time that we'd seen him, and because then Solo happens after the point in time that we are in the Bad Batch. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Solo's a while.
yeah, it's like probably like 20 years into the future. So this is what Darth Maul could have went to like started. He could have like his Crimson Dawn could be in its like infancy right now at this point. It's
So
probably it could be just like a ragtag group of criminals, kind of like how Cad Bane is with his like little tight knit like group. They're just a couple of outlaws.
mhm.
Um, and let me tell you, I could have sworn that the voice actor for Crosshair, I thought it was the same voice actor for Cad Bane. Dude, they sounded so similar. I was like, dude, I was like wondering. I was like, I've heard this voice before. I was like, I'm getting a vibe from this guy, and I was like, dude, it's got to be Cad Bane. And I looked it up, and it's not. It's not Cad Bane.
It does have that vibe though.
Dude, he does. He has that same vibe. It sounds just like him. But I was shocked.
And he had the toothpick, and he had the toothpick hanging from
See,
his
that
mouth.
was the other thing. I was like, dude, toothpick. I was like, come on. This has to be the same guy that does Cad Bane, but it wasn't. I was really shocked. It's actually one guy does the voices for all of the Bad Batch.
I figured, yeah.
Yeah, but Dan, I could have sworn it was the same guy that did Cad Bane, but I could see Crimson Dawn being like that, like a little ragtag group of outlaws, like just badass outlaws right now, and possibly the Bad Batch could run into that, or maybe the Empire pays Darth Maul and his little group to like take care of the Bad Batch. You know,
But who knows where the Bad Batch ends up? We don't know where they end up after this. So there's a whole lot of avenues this can take.
I would love to see Darth Maul. That would be sick. But
How, how,
you think Crosshair's inhibitor chip is going to be fixed this season?
yeah, I think it's gonna be fixed this season. I think that's gonna be the main focus of it. Is they're gonna be hunted down, and then they're gonna find Rex. Rex is gonna explain, the whole process, and then they're gonna get
Do you
Hunter
think
back
that's
on his,
going to be
or
towards? Do you think that's going to be towards like the very end of the season, or like more so like the middle, little like late middle maybe?
probably late middle of where they finally get him on the team.
Okay.
I think the show's gonna end off more of on a sync together. This is the Bad Batch type of
Yeah.
vibe. You know what I mean?
Okay, I can see that.
So I think the whole crux of it's gonna be being hunted, figuring out what Omega is, and then getting Crosshairs back.
God, I hope Omega is force sensitive. Oh, that would be fucking sick. That
Well,
would be sick.
by the time of this video, it's about we'll found out four more days for the next episode.
Yes. See, I thought we were gonna find out this episode because I don't know if you noticed, but like the way like the shots, the way the shots were, they were like zooming in, they were like focusing in on Omega's face in a lot of the scenes. Like right before it would cut the scene, it would kind of like focus, it'd clear up right around Omega's face, and then it would like instantly cut the scene. And it did that a lot. I was like, there's something going on with Omega. Like I could have swore like there's something going on with that. But
I just think I think for that, for the shots like that, I think it's more of you know this is her first time for everything because
yeah,
this is her first time off Camino.
yeah.
That's why the dirt was so
She didn't
special,
know
and
what dirt was. Yeah.
yeah, the sun. You have the sun now, so I think those shots were more of that reason.
Yeah.
And being homesick, when she took off her headband
Yeah, her
and being
little pendant
sick
or
from it,
whatever the hell
which
it
she
is.
never put back on,
Yeah, she did not.
which I'm curious. And the best, my favorite scene so far in the first two episodes is the classic Star Wars little kid experience of when they're walking in the ship, and then he's like, "This is your first time, right?" And she's like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Yeah, just sit back and watch."
Yeah,
And
he
then they
told
go
her,
into
oh,
hyperspace,
yep,
and then
right
like it's
before they went
all
to
zooming.
hyperspace, he's like, get in the
Oh
seat,
my,
get in, buckle up. You're gonna
yep.
want to see this.
You
Oh,
know,
that was a nice scene.
it was so, and you just saw all in her eyes the hyperspace, and that was like the first time we ever saw it. Was just like, yo, this is it right here.
That's true. That was a really good scene.
What's your favorite scene?
Ooh. Um, I really liked the scene when when they got to the refugee camp that they were sent to destroy, and they realized like these are real people. But not just that, is when they went into the camp and they actually started talking to was it Saul
Yeah,
Guerrera,
yeah, yeah.
when they started talking to him, and he was like breaking down to them like these are real fucking people, like we're refugees, we're on the run, like like yeah, we left, we're defecting from the empire, but like we're being hunted, we're not gonna work for this galactic empire, like we're not, that's not what we're gonna be part of, they're evil, like, and this was the first time I feel like the Bad Batch, or really any clones, were like, oh shit, like the people we're working for, like they're not good. Like they're like these, like, oh shit, like there's more, it's more black and white, or it's not so black and white, like there's gray, and like we've been lied to basically, you know what I mean? So I thought like them getting that humanizing moment with Saul Guerrero was pretty nice.
I think the I'll leave it on this point, and we could talk about our next one.
Oh yeah.
But the one of the most it slipped my mind so just now when you said his name, but the the impact, like I said before in the beginning, the impact, how fast the Empire came and took over right after the Clone Wars makes it even more fucked up. Because if you remember the story arc with Saul Guerrero and his sister, where Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka teach him, where Ahsoka stays behind and watches over them while they take over their mini empire and free their people, was like a 4 or 5 episode story arc.
Yep.
Like this was a long story we went through, And then just like that, it's all gone. They're refugees on the road, and they have this little refugee camp. And it's like, yo, like we just saw, well, not just saw, but 4 or 5 episodes. There's a story arc about these people
Yep.
being empires and coming up and freeing their people, and
And
then
just like that, they're fucking
just like that, they're done. That's crazy. I mean, that's
and the Bad Batch knew about that. They even said, "Oh shit, like that's Saul Guerrero." Like they knew who he was,
yeah.
and and to see him being like hunted down already by the Empire, it was just like I feel like it was just like a moment for them. They're like, "Wow, like this isn't right." Like, this,
so so ain't go right here.
yeah. So I really liked that scene so far. But there's been a lot of just really good scenes. It's been beautiful. It's been beautiful. Is there anything else that you want to talk about on the Bad Batch?
No, boy, I'm just excited for Fridays now. I got
Oh,
something to be excited for now.
oh yes. Oh yeah.
I'm so excited for Fridays now. Boy, oh my god. Oof. I love the Bad Batch. Who when it because yeah, they're first mentioned in that one episode, and was it season 4, where they were just regular people,
Yeah.
and they said, who you guys are, and they're like, we're the Bad Batch, and then all of a sudden, season 7 comes, we get the Bad Batch in action, and now we got our own series of Bad Batch. So it's a really cool ideal. I love, and it's funny too because I love every single member in it
Yeah.
too.
All
I
of them.
don't even, and even though the one that's kind of in the background who got more shine in episode 2, Echo,
Yeah.
there's so much story in Echo
Yeah.
that people may not even realize when watching Bad Batch. Like, oh, he's just a cyborg type of character from Teen Titans. He's a cyborg.
Yeah.
But no, that dude went through hell, and he hates General Tarkin because he's the reason why
Yep.
he somewhat died in Clone Wars.
Yep.
So I just love every single
All
member of it.
all
Hunter,
of them.
Crosshairs, fucking Juggernaut, mother sucker. All of them. They're just dope. They're
Yeah.
just dope.
Agreed. Agreed. And now to talk about one of the greatest signings of all time in the
Okay.
NFL.
No, no,
The
no.
Jacksonville Jaguars stole Tim Tebow as tight end with the 1 year contract. As you can tell, podcast listeners, I'm super stoked about this. But D over here is not so stoked.
Let's just say I see a report tomorrow saying Tom Brady's going to try out for a 3-point shooting contest in the NBA. I ain't gonna feel any type of way. I'm just gonna look at it and be like, huh, I wish I never read that, and then call it a day. This is one of those feelings where I just go, I wish I never saw this happening. Like, because the story came out on before draft night,
Yeah.
and I mentioned it to you, and you wouldn't stop talking about it. And like you said, you wouldn't stop talking about it until he got signed. And sure
It,
enough, I said he will not get signed. And sure enough, he got signed. And wow, I hope for me personally, it sends a pretty weird message. Even though there's not much going on in Jacksonville Jaguars locker room, let's be real.
yeah,
There's nothing fucking going on there. And also, let's be real. Tim Tebow is a Jacksonville hero, and that marketing and advertising is going to be out the wahoo with
yep.
Tim Tebow.
Jersey sales, baby. It's
Jersey,
all
everything,
about the sales.
everything. And then you got Trevor Lawrence, Tim Tebow charity events. You got church visits. I
Yep.
mean, you got my God. So I understand that part of it, but for me, if I worked all my life being a wide receiver and I'm like a 9 year vet in Jacksonville Jaguars locker room, and all of a sudden this 32-year-old man who hasn't played football in 8 years just shows up and goes, "Yeah, I'm a tight end now." I'm gonna be pretty upset. I'm not gonna lie. And don't get me wrong, I don't hate on Tebow taking the opportunity. I don't, because shit, if I got the opportunity, shit, I'd be a tight end too. But
Right? Yeah.
I just feel like just wow, it must be nice to be friends with Urban Meyer. You know what I mean? It must be nice.
I will say this is definitely most likely due to some special treatment for sure. For those of you that don't know, because the two listeners that we have probably have no fucking clue what we're talking about right now. Urban Myers is the new head coach starting this year for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was previously, God, it's been like more than a decade ago now, actually, that I think about it, was the head coach for the Gainesville or the University of Florida Gators in Gainesville football team, which Tim Tebow was the star of, winning back-to-back national championships, going undefeated one year, and Tim Tebow being the first ever sophomore to win the Heisman Trophy in college football history.
And
Um,
known as like the greatest Gator of all time.
yeah,
So
pretty much known as one of the greatest Gators of all time. One of the greatest, honestly, one of the greatest college level quarterbacks of all time. The guy was fucking ridiculous in college. Just the system that he had, also helped by the insane talent that was around him. Like that Florida Gators team was stacked out its fucking mind. That was an insane team. Lots of NFL players came out of that team. Lots of um, uh, successful NFL players came out of that team. um, but anyways, Tim Tebow did get drafted in the first round by the Broncos. The Broncos, after that season, cut him for Peyton Manning, who left the Colts. And then Tim Tebow kind of jumped around from teams for a while. I think he went to the Jets after that, and then from the Jets, he went to the Patriots, and then from the Patriots, I think he was out, and then that's when
he
he's.
went to the Eagles.
Oh, that's true. He did. He went. I think that was like literally like a 3 month period. He wasn't
Yeah,
even.
I think that was the last stop.
Yeah, and then after that, he was like, "I'm gonna go play baseball." so, so he had been playing baseball. Um, I think he had one season in the MLB, and the rest of it has been AAA ball, which is like the minor leagues. And he was doing that for to like I don't know a couple of years ago, and then since then he hasn't really been doing anything. um, the dude is still jacked out of his mind though. Like he wasn't this jacked when he was first in the NFL. Like he's put on some serious size. I looked up his like height and weight not too long ago. The dude is 255 pounds.
Jesus.
He's right up there with some of the bigger tight ends. Like he is up. He's 6'3", 255 pounds, and he's jacked. So the dude stayed in shape.
Yeah,
um,
he's an athlete. I'll give him
but
that.
let's just take a look right now. I'm gonna Google what the top free agents for tight ends are. What are the best free agent tight ends right now? And let's see who
Well,
the Jaguars could have signed
I think
instead
the
of Tim Tebow.
I think the Patriots signed all of them.
Let's see, best free agent tight ends NFL 2020.
Oof. Just
Let's see.
wait, people.
Let's see.
Now you got the Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, and Tim Tebow. That's going to be one of the most advertised teams next season. I can tell you that right now. The most publicity and news and ads are going to be the Jacksonville Jaguars and the number one pick in Tim Tebow. The whitest team in the league.
Yes. Let's see who's available right now. There's Jesse James, who was previously for the Detroit Lions, and before that, he played for the Steelers. He's pretty shit, but he is really fucking tall. He's like 6'7". Dude's fucking massive. Tyler Eifert, who was at Jacksonville, they cut him. Um, and then the rest of them are total absolute fucking no names. There is no one else even worth mentioning. So I will be honest to say, at least from a free agent perspective, I don't think Tim Tebow will be much worse than those free agents. But they could have definitely moved a larger wide receiver to tight ends. They could have signed just a bigger wide receiver to tight ends. They could have traded. They had a lot of picks. They could have fucking traded for a tight end. They could have drafted a tight end. There was some decent tight ends in this year's draft, but they didn't. They got Tim fucking Tebow, and God, I hope he wears just number 15. But well, actually, I think Gardner Minshew is actually still on the team, so Minshew would have to let Tebow would have to give up his number for Tebow to get 15. And you know what? I feel like Minshew is the type of guy that would, I think he would give up his number. It's not like he's going to be starting. So,
Yeah, or on the team anymore.
yeah, we're on the team. So,
But I feel like it's not like I have any tape or reports on him that he's not a good tight end. So I can't really say he's shit. I just hope he is shit because unlike Kane, I am not a UF fan. I was never a UF fan,
huge.
and mine was the Mine was Miami. And let's just say, back in those times, FSU and UF were not friends.
Oh, they're still not.
Well, yeah, but we were not cool with any of them.
Yeah.
We were not cool with any of them. And I remember one time my cousin got accepted to UF, and my dumbass decided to go to UF with our family and be dressed up in all of my Miami gear.
What a dick.
And let me just say one thing. When I went into the library with my cousin, it was not a fun time. Matter of fact, I got thrown out the library. And we were booed everywhere we went because D'Angelo had Miami gear on. So that time was a very heated time for Tim Tebow in Miami and FSU in Miami. So it was just a bad time. So every time I saw Tim Tebow, it was just like, you know what? That's that guy I just want to see get knocked the fuck out. And thankfully I did one game. So yeah. Yeah. There was nothing better than seeing him jump team to team and then going to baseball and being trash at baseball. And then now here he is at tight end. And all I could do is just hope I could see that knockout one more time as him as a tight end now, because I was not a fan. Just not a fan. Just a soft spoken, church loving motherfucker. I just
Oh, man.
can't get behind it. I'm sorry. Same reason why I can't get behind Trevor Lawrence. I just can't support it.
There's a difference between him and Trevor Lawrence. I'll just say that, right? Trevor Lawrence has gone and said that he doesn't care about winning. All right.
Yeah, I give you that. I give you that. Tim Tebow cares about winning. Yeah,
Tim
he cares.
Tebow, bro, that speech, that famous speech he gave after they lost that one game to Ole Miss, It was his last season. It was like right in the middle of the season. They went undefeated the previous season, and then they were playing through, and they lost to like an unranked Ole Miss. Like it was crazy. Dude, Tebow went up there and that post conference thing, and he said, "You will never fucking see another guy work harder than I'm gonna work for the rest of this goddamn season. We are getting that natty." All right. No one is getting in our way. Right. He went up and said that shit. So I will say he's a fighter. All right. He's gonna go in there. He's gonna fight. He wants to win. Um, so I definitely, because if Tebow was like Trevor Lawrence in that way, I wouldn't fucking like him either. Because I can't stand that. Trevor Lawrence, I am not a fan of. But hopefully him and Trevor get along because I want to see Tebow get some targets out on the field.
Yeah, I hope they get along too and go a solid 0-17. That'd be good. That'd be good for football. I love that. I
That'd be
think we play them on our schedule too, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, honestly, I like even with Tebow being on the team, I don't care about the Jaguars. They can go over 17 for all I care. I just want Tebow. Honestly, I don't even care if Tebow plays much. I just like the fact that he got signed onto an NFL roster. That is all I
As a
like
tight end.
as a tight end. So if he goes out there just like a couple plays a game and like maybe catches one ball a game, I'd be totally cool. Now, if he turns out to be like the number one target on the team, which is not going to happen, but if he's over there just eating targets, like that's even better for me. So
Well, I'm happy your wish came true, Kane, but that's all I got for this podcast. Now that we just ruined the flavor of it, I should have even brought up Tim Tebow. My God. But from Bad Batch to Logan to fucking Tim Tebow and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Welcome to fucking the whitest team in America. Jesus Christ.
oh, it's glorious, man. It's great.
I mean, look, just look. I mean, we got Tom Brady in Tampa, and now we got freaking. All we need is like one more white quarterback in Miami. We have the whitest state.
Yeah,
But
I don't think Tua is going anywhere anytime soon.
no, no. But that's all I got for this podcast. Now that we mentioned Tim Tebow, and I appreciate the love and the support on the last one. Last one did pretty good.
Yeah,
I
it
was
did.
surprised on the last one, but can't wait till episode 3 coming out Friday on Disney Plus. We sponsored, baby.
Yeah, we're sponsored by Disney Plus.
Sponsored by Disney Plus.
Affiliate link will be in the description below. Sign up and we get a little kickback.
If you use the Senate promo code in the search bar, you get 10% off on your Disney Plus membership. And
And
check,
Raid Shadow Legends.
yeah, if you ever heard Raid Shadow Legends, just to hear me out.
Listen, hear me out, guys.
Do you like protected servers? Well, check this out. I use
APK. All right. Have you ever wanted to watch a Netflix show, but you find out that you can't watch it because you're in America, but your friends in Europe can? Well, don't worry. With our VPN, you can watch any show anywhere.
you don't have money now. Well, check it. There's this place, it called Amscot. It gives you free money. you
Free
you
money.
never you
Just
never
walk in
you
and they give
never. I
you
don't even
free
know how they
money.
do business. You never gotta pay it back.
I do it all the time.
Yeah, I use different names all the time. Just use our promo code to send it, and they'll give you $500 on the spot. You ain't got
Cash.
to worry about it. But make sure you watch episode 3 because our podcast will be on episode 3. It probably be even the day or day two right after that.
Yeah.
So I'm excited and I look forward to seeing y'all next time. Go ahead and do your famous outro, Ken.
Oh yeah, baby. Like you said, thank you for the love and support. The last one did do better than the previous few, so that is awesome. Click that subscription down below. Hit that subscription button for us. It's free. Not a lot of things in life that are free. That is one of them. So if
Except
you
for
could,
Am Scott. Except
except
for
for,
Am
except for Am Scott, except for Am Scott. All right, so hit that subscription button, leave a like, comment down below anything you guys want us to talk about, Star Wars related or really anything related. Let us know how you're enjoying the podcast. The podcast is also available on Spotify and iTunes. I'll leave a link down below. And damn, I gotta say, that's it. So GG.
GG.